the fleet that came to erase Earth. Earth was sleeping under a quiet sky. Cities glowed softly, oceans moved calmly, and nothing felt wrong. No warning came, no sign, no strange dream. Then, in a single moment, everything changed. Every satellite above Earth stopped responding. Radars went dark, space cameras froze, and communication lines died. Engineers thought it was a global failure. Military leaders feared something worse. Far beyond the moon, space began to bend. Light twisted like glass under pressure. Huge shapes slowly pushed their way into reality. One ship appeared, then another, then hundreds more followed. 500 warships formed a wide circle around Earth. They were massive, silent, and terrifying. Each ship was larger than any human city. Their armor was dark and old, covered with strange markings. This was not a visit. This was a sentence of death. Inside the alien fleet, commanders watched Earth with cold focus. They had studied humans for centuries. They knew human history, wars, and mistakes. In their records, humanity was chaotic and dangerous. Not strong now, but dangerous in the future. The decision was made long ago. Erase Earth before humans could spread. Across the planet, panic exploded. Fighter jets rushed into the sky. Missile silos opened for the first time in decades. World leaders spoke to their people with shaking voices. Some promised defense, some prayed for mercy. The first missiles were launched. They flew toward space with fire and hope. Then they stopped. Every weapon failed near the alien fleet. Missiles lost power and drifted away. Lasers bent and vanished. The aliens did not fire back. They did not need to. Time itself was their weapon. A countdown appeared on alien displays. 10 minutes until planetary cleansing. Oceans would boil, skies would burn, and Earth would be silent forever. On Earth, people looked up. Families held each other. Soldiers stood at attention with nothing to fight. Humanity waited for the end. Then something unexpected happened. A deep signal echoed through space, not loud, not violent, but powerful. Old energy rippled across the solar system. The alien fleet reacted instantly. Warning, alarms screamed. Sensors detected an unknown object approaching. From the dark edge of space, a single ship emerged. It was small compared to the warships. Old, damaged, and clearly human. Its hull was scarred and burned. Its engines flickered like they might fail at any second. It looked like a forgotten relic. Alien commanders laughed at first. One ship against 500 was meaningless. A final act of human fear. But then the ship sent a signal. The message was short and clear. It used an ancient frequency, a code older than the alien empire itself. The signal reached every warship at once. Alien faces changed from calm to shock. Some showed fear they had not felt in thousands of years, because they recognized the signal. They recognized the ship, and they remembered the warning passed down through generations. Never attack Earth while the ancient frigate still lives. The human ship moved forward slowly, its weak lights blinking like tired stars. Inside, a lone human officer watched the massive fleet. He showed no fear. He had waited a long time for this moment, and he knew Earth was not as helpless as it seemed. The alien countdown stopped at 1 minute. 500 warships waited in silence, and the fate of humanity hung on a single ancient ship. Why the aliens feared one old human ship? The alien fleet remained perfectly still. 500 warships waited around Earth like frozen giants. Their weapons were charged, yet none of them fired. Inside the command ship, silence filled the chamber. Screens showed the small human frigate drifting forward. Its broken armor and weak engines made no sense. Many young alien officers were confused. They had never seen fear in their leaders before. They asked a simple question. Why stop for one human ship? The High Commander answered slowly. Because that ship should not exist. Because it was supposed to be destroyed long ago. Long before humans reached the stars. Before Earth built fleets and colonies. Humanity fought a war it never knew about. An ancient enemy once ruled the galaxy. They erased entire species without mercy. Worlds burned, and stars went dark. When that enemy reached Earth, humans were still divided and weak, but they refused to surrender. Earth built simple ships with limited weapons, nothing compared to alien technology. Yet humans fought with something rare. Endurance. They lost cities, they lost millions, but they never stopped fighting. In that forgotten war, humanity created a small group of ships, not powerful, not fast, but impossible to break. They were called the Guardians. Each ship carried a human crew trained to fight alone. even if Earth fell. The ancient frigate approaching now was one of them, a survivor from a war erased from history, a symbol of human refusal to die. The alien commander remembered the stories, how one Guardian ship held a star system alone, how entire alien fleets vanished chasing it. The Guardian ships did not fight to win, they fought to delay, to exhaust. They forced stronger enemies to make mistakes. They attacked supply lines, they never retreated fully. Slowly, the ancient enemy collapsed, not from strength, but from human stubbornness. When the war ended, a warning spread across the galaxy. If a Guardian ship appears, leave the system. Now one floated near Earth, damaged but alive, and still on duty. The human frigate sent another signal. No threat, no demand, only a reminder. Earth is protected. Alien weapons remained silent. Commanders argued in whispers. Fear battled pride. Some wanted to fire anyway, to erase both Earth and the frigate. But the elders refused. They remembered the cost. They remembered the fleets that never returned. They remembered that humans never stop. The ancient frigate moved closer, so close that its damaged hull filled alien screens. Scars told stories of impossible battles inside the ship. The human officer placed his hand on the console. He was old, but his duty was older. Earth did not know him. Humanity had forgotten the Guardians, but he had not forgotten Earth. The alien countdown vanished. 500 warships powered down their main weapons, and for the first time, the invaders hesitated, because attacking Earth was no longer a simple mission, it was a risk, and humans were the one enemy history warned them never to underestimate, while the alien fleet waited in silence. The ancient human frigate drifted between Earth and destruction. Time felt heavy across the stars. Inside the alien command ship, elders spoke of the past. They opened sealed memory records, files forbidden to younger species. These records told the truth about humans, not the weak creatures seen on modern scans, but the survivors of an endless war, long ago. When Earth first sent signals into space, those signals were not ignored. They were answered by something dark. An ancient force moved from system to system, consuming life and turning worlds into ash. It reached the edge of human space quietly. The first human colonies vanished. No messages returned. No warnings reached Earth. When humans finally understood the threat, it was already too late. The enemy was everywhere. Human leaders knew they could not win a direct war. Their technology was simple. Their fleets were small. So humans chose a different path. They prepared for survival, not victory. Hidden shipyards were built in deep space. Small frigates designed to last forever. Easy to repair, hard to destroy. Crews were trained to fight alone, to live without support, to protect humanity at any cost. These ships became the Guardians. They did not defend borders, they defended time. Every Guardian ship delayed the enemy. Days turned into months. Months turned into years. While the enemy chased shadows, human science advanced, weapons improved, defenses strengthened. The secret war saved Earth, but it was erased from public history. Humanity was allowed to forget. The Guardians remained in the dark, watching the stars, waiting for the enemy to return. Many Guardian ships were destroyed, some vanished without a trace, others drifted alone for centuries. The frigate near Earth was one of the last, its crew reduced to one. Its systems barely alive. Inside, the human officer remembered lost friends. He remembered battles no one would ever honor. He remembered promises made to a silent planet. Across the alien fleet, fear spread quietly. Young officers realized the truth. Earth was never unguarded. The aliens had not discovered humanity. They had approached a protected world, a world that learned pain early. The ancient frigate transmitted one final message. Not a threat, not a plea, a warning. Humans endure. The message reached alien minds deeply. They understood its meaning. Humans survive long enough to win. Alien commanders faced a terrible choice: retreat and lose honor, or attack and awaken something far worse. Earth still watched silently, unaware of the history unfolding above them, unaware that extinction had already been delayed once before. The human officer looked toward his home world, blue and fragile beneath the fleet, and prepared himself for whatever came next. Because if the aliens attacked, he would fight alone, just like humans always had. The alien fleet did not retreat. They also did not attack. They waited. Silence stretched across space. 500 warships hovered round Earth, their massive weapons aimed but inactive. Inside the command ship, fear slowly turned into anger. Pride burned in the hearts of many officers. They did not want to leave. The High Commander spoke at last. "One Guardian ship cannot stop us. 500 ships cannot be wrong." The order was given quietly. Prepare a limited strike. Destroy the frigate only. Energy began to gather across the fleet. Weapons warmed, shields aligned. The ancient frigate detected everything. Inside the human ship, alarms whispered warnings. Systems reported critical damage. Escape was impossible. The human officer did not move. He activated an old protocol, one older than modern Earth. A signal pulsed from the frigate, not toward the alien fleet, but outward into deep space. At first, nothing happened. Alien weapons continued charging. Confidence returned. Then space answered. Far beyond the alien formation, small lights appeared. One, then two, then dozens. Each light grew brighter. Alien sensors panicked. Unknown warp signatures surrounded the fleet. Space itself began to close. The aliens realized the truth too late. The Guardian ship was not a shield. It was a beacon. The human officer watched calmly. His mission was never to fight alone, only to hold the line long enough. From every direction, ancient human ships emerged. Different shapes, different sizes, all scarred, all old. They formed a wide ring beyond the alien fleet, cutting off every escape path, trapping the hunters. Alien commanders shouted retreat orders. Engines roared to life, but space refused to open. The Guardian network was active. Old human technology twisted gravity and time, designed for one purpose: containment. The 500 warships were no longer surrounding Earth. They were surrounded themselves, caught inside a human-made cage. The ancient frigate finally raised its weapons, weak but focused, enough to mark targets. Human ships did not fire yet. They waited, just like their ancestors had taught them. The alien fleet understood the final mistake. They had mistaken silence for weakness, and patience for fear. Earth still watched in confusion, seeing strange lights appear across the sky, unaware of the trap closing around its enemy. The human officer sent one last signal to Earth. Not words, just a feeling of safety. The battle had not started yet, but it was already decided, because humans never fought to impress. They fought to endure. Humanity's warning to the galaxy. The alien fleet was completely surrounded. 500 warships trapped inside a human cage. No path to escape remained. The ancient human ships held their positions. They did not rush forward. They did not threaten. That silence was worse than weapons. Alien commanders tried every system. Warp drives failed. Communications collapsed. The High Commander finally understood. Humans had never planned to win quickly. They planned to outlast everyone. The ancient frigate moved to the center of the formation, its damaged hull shining under distant stars. The lone human officer stood straight. He opened a channel to the alien fleet. His voice was calm and steady, free of anger or pride. "You came to erase us. You failed. Now you will listen." He spoke of history, of the secret war, of the Guardians who never returned. He explained why Earth looked weak, why humanity argued and struggled. Because growth comes from conflict. Humans did not seek control of the galaxy. They only defended their right to exist. But they never forgot a threat. The alien fleet listened in silence. Some ships powered down their weapons. Others followed. The human officer delivered the final message. Simple, clear, and unforgettable. If you leave Earth and never return, you will be allowed to live. If you attack again, every Guardian will wake. Every human ally will rise, and we will not stop. The choice was clear. One by one, alien warships shut down their engines. Surrender signals spread across the fleet. Fear replaced pride. The containment field opened slowly. A single escape corridor formed. Leading away from Earth, the alien fleet withdrew. 500 warships leaving in silence, carrying a warning they would never forget. Across Earth, systems came back online. Satellites awakened. The sky returned to normal. Humans celebrated survival, never knowing how close extinction had come, never knowing who saved them. The ancient Guardian ships faded back into deep space, their mission complete once more. Their watch unending, the old frigate remained last. The human officer looked at Earth one final time. A small smile crossed his face. Humanity was safe, for now. Far across the galaxy, stories began to spread, not of human strength, but of human endurance. Worlds learned a new rule. Attack many species if you must, but never touch Earth, because humans do not roar first. They wait, and when they move, They endured longer than anyone else. The galaxy did not forget what happened near Earth. The retreat of 500 warships became a silent legend, whispered in command rooms and hidden archives. Many alien empires asked the same question. What kind of species scares an armada without firing? What kind of past creates such patience? For a long time, Earth remained unaware. Life returned to normal. Wars ended. Borders shifted. Technology advanced. Humans believed the danger had passed. They thought the alien fleet was a strange event, a mystery with no answers. Then one night, Earth detected a signal, not hostile, not hidden. It came from deep space. Using human frequencies, old ones, scientists panicked. Military leaders gathered. The world watched again. A single ship appeared near the moon, small and silent, ancient in design. The same frigate returned, repaired, stronger. This time, it did not hide. It opened a channel to Earth. For the first time in history, every screen across the planet lit up. A human officer appeared, older, scarred, but calm. He spoke slowly, so everyone could understand, so no one would forget. You survived because others stood in the dark. You lived because some humans never came home. You were protected while you slept. The truth poured out. The Guardians, the secret war. Earth listened in shock. Heroes without names, battles without monuments. The officer did not ask for praise. He did not want thanks. He had one purpose. It is time. Humanity had grown strong enough, not in weapons alone, but in unity. The Guardians would no longer hide. Earth would no longer pretend to be weak. The watch would be shared. Across the solar system, signals awakened. Hidden stations powered up. Ancient human technology revealed itself. Alien observers watched from afar. Fear mixed with respect. Earth had changed. The old frigate turned away slowly. Its mission finally complete. Others would take its place. The human officer looked once more at his home world. No longer fragile, no longer alone. Humanity had stepped onto the galactic stage, not as conquerors, but as survivors, and across the stars. One final truth spread. Humans do not forget. Humans do not quit. And now, humans are watching back,